Good afternoon. Well, the weather is very nice outside, and this is June 2023. Let me introduce myself. My name is Raoul. I am specialized and certified as a SQL Server database administrator, and then also specialized and certified as a business intelligence stack, which is the SQL Server integration services, analysis services, reporting services. And besides, as you can see on the screen, I do hold a a Microsoft Azure fundamental certification, which I passed uh, last year in October 2022, as you can see right now. So today I'm going to show you how we can create the always on high availability code for the SQL Server 2022. So before jump on this particular demo, we need to give some documentation, some definition of the always on high availability code. So what does that mean? So the always on high availability code feature is a high availability and disaster recovery solution that provides an enterprise level alternative to the database mirroring. So for me, is on my understanding, the always on high availability code is the combination between database mirroring and Microsoft Windows failover a cluster, right? And then uh, is has been introduced in the SQL Server 2012. So what is the benefit of use to always on high availability code? The HA provide a rich set of options that improve database availability and that enable improved resource use. So imagine you working in the organization and production environment, and then the client wants you to create the always on high availability code from scratch, and then you do not have more information of how you can approach the project and develop or maybe implementing this a project. So what I'm gonna do first, right, because this is so important, is put in place some piece of the documentation, because documentation is so important, because it's also make you organize what you are doing, right? It's also allow another user or business user to access that documentation and see how this project has been implementing and have access on those information, for example. So I'm gonna be quite honest with you, because guys, um, the VM, the virtual machine configuration is something I am not specialized, but however, I am this kind of inquisitive person who have that willingness to expose to the new technology, such as maybe uh, SQL on-prem, or maybe such as learning new technology such as cloud platform, for instance, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud Platform, AWS. But like I said, I'm more specialized in Microsoft Azure Cloud Platform. So let us jump on this particular a demo. So I'm gonna be the person who is lead this demo. I'm gonna be the person who gonna develop or create this always on high availability code from scratch. So we're gonna talking about the uh, source SQL server that I refer for the primary uh, replica, and we're gonna also talk about the destination SQL server that refer to the secondary replica. And on, as you can see on my screen, honestly, uh, this is the operating system Windows 11, right? And then this physical machine for my I mean, this physical machine is my laptop, right? And then at the moment, if I'm trying to open the VirtualBox, as you can see right now, there is not a virtual machine at the moment. So the reason I will need this virtual machine is because I would like to install the file over cluster console uh, manager application. I would like to install the SQL Server 2022. I would like to install the active domain controller services, and I would like to install the DNS, and I would like to create my own domain, right? Uh, Keep in mind, this demo gonna be maybe so long, right? Because uh, it's gonna depend how my operating system is processed, right? Um, so let us start for this project, right? If I'm gonna go to the one of the, let me double check first of all on my task manager right here and see the performance and see how many ROM I have. At the moment I have 7 okay GB, that's fine. And then I can close this, and then let me also not this one, no, okay, this data breaks, this is what this is my data factory. Okay, let me, I need to come back later. Okay, let us go here now. I need to go to this particular folder. I need to go to the document, open the whole project, go to the one of my documentation and open this. Yes, this is what I need. So that's fine as well. I'm gonna close this. I'm gonna close this. Okay. So like I said, we need to first of all go for the first of all I need to write some tips based on my documentation plan. So it depends. You can use Word file, you can use the Notepad, you can use the Notepad plus plus as well. At the moment, I'm gonna go for Notepad. Yeah, Notepad. I got Notepad plus plus install. I'm gonna use this one, and then we're gonna say first of all we're gonna say okay. For example, I want to say okay, plan. Gonna start for this plan to set up plan to set up uh, set up the set up the HA in SQL Server 2020. Okay, so okay, step gonna say one, or maybe step one. Step one, right? Uh, Step one, create a VM. Okay, okay, create a VM, create three VM. So three VM, right? And then create three VM. So and then maybe step two. This is for example, right? Okay, step two. Okay. Uh, on the step two, we need to maybe configure the network IP address. IP address. So let us start with this first of all. So I'm going to create a VM. So keep in mind, before creating a VM, if you do not have this VirtualBox, you can go and download your VirtualBox. It's depend on you or according to requirement, you can download the VMware station, workstation, you can download the VMsphere, but I'm more familiar with the VirtualBox or maybe the VMware workstation as well. So, and then you can also download one of the ISO's image. So I'm gonna show you one of the ISO's image already download. Let me check, and yeah, this is the Windows Server 2019 ISO's image already downloaded. So now I'm gonna go for the first installation. Before I go for the first installation, this is the documentation already typing. So, and then the documentation is so important when you're working in the organization production environment. So because it make you organize what you are doing, and then also depend of on your organization, you can use one of the platform like a Confluence platform where you can go and access the documentation or maybe add the new documentation. You also have another platform which is the SharePoint, where you can also go and access the documentation or maybe add a documentation, or maybe where any particular business user or employee can go and access the documentation or maybe add the documentation. So depend on your organization, or maybe depend according to requirement as well. So yeah, this is my documentation. So we're gonna starting with we need to create a DC, right? The first machine gonna be the DC00, and this is the IP address I need to provide for each of them. So this is the second machine, and this is the third one, and this is the IP address. This is the IP address for the third one. And regarding the failover cluster application, this is the IP address I need to provide as well. And this is the SQL, I'm going to say the listener IP address as well. So I'm going to doing that from scratch. So we're going to go through, I'm going to walk through from scratch and show you how to implement in uh, the always on high availability code for the SQL Server 2022. So my first machine I'm going to create going to be go here, create the first machine, and then say, okay, DC00, right? So, and then we can choose the version of the SQL Server of the Windows. It's going to be Windows 2019, and the type is the Microsoft Windows. So this is my first time to create a virtual machine, but this is something I do enjoy to, I mean, to deeper. So yes, and then now because I need to provide I'm going to say I need to provide the uh, RAM. I'm going to go for 2 giga, 2 GB. 2 GB gonna be okay for me. Let me, yeah, go for 2 GB. So let us go for 2 GB. Let me, okay, yeah, 2 GB is fine. Click next. What does that mean? Go back. Yeah, next. And then for the storage, okay. And then for the storage, I'm gonna choose, I'm gonna say 13. That's fine for me. Let me choose 13 here. It's hot outside 31 GB, that's fine. And click next, and then finish. And then once that has been created, I need now go here and go here and add my ISO's image. So here, and then choose here, and then say this is the ISO's image I already download. So in order to have the ISO image, you need to go to the Microsoft.com. This is where you need to download the ISO's image and provide all your information and download this, and then click OK. And then now we can start in here, and the process was starting. So as you can see here, it's starting. So, and then I'm going to do, we already created the first one. We need to go for the second one. The second one is SQL Raoul Node 1 or SQL Raoul 1. So I'm going to say OK. OK. Just give some time. Still check the information. It's going to come. And then yes, that's look good. And then we can say, okay, we can close this one, can stop this one, can also stop this one, and then now we have the screen. Let me start the first one. Can go install, and we can choose the Windows Server 2019 for data center evaluation. That's fun for me. And we set the list license, and then click next, and custom, click next, and then we're going to give some time, and the process going to start and installing all the feature and installing the update. So, and then we can also open the other feature from here. We can create another VM, and this VM name is gonna be SQL Raoul Note 01, and then we do the same process. Choose this one, click X, and then we choose how many? I think two. RAM, this one for me, and then we click next, and then I need only 32 GB. Next, and then finish. And here, what I will do here, I'm going to say okay. And then on the storage, go to the empty and add my ISO's image X and starting here as well. Then we can now check this one is still process. So give some time. The process is on the way, so it's still processing. So and then here, and then we can close here as well, and we can now for the SQL Raoul node 01 here, we can say start here, we can install now, and then we can check for this one. I think so we can choose this next. We accept the license next, choose custom next, and that was starting. And we can create another VM. We say SQL Raoul node 2 node 2, and then we can follow the same process here. Let me see. So next, we can choose 2 GB for the RAM, and then click next. And for the storage, let's say okay. That is good for me. Next, finish. And then now we can go here and add the ISO's image here, and then add the ISO's image as well. Click OK, and then starting as well. Start here. What is okay? This one is still in process. Thing what I'm going to do here. So starting, let me check how it look like. Okay. Then now we can close here. We can go for the SQL Raoul node 02 for this VM, and then click next, install. Then we can choose evaluation, click next, and accept the license term. Choose a custom, click next. And then that's fine. So is the process is on the way. So it's copying the Windows files, getting the file ready for installation, is installing the feature, installing the update, and finish up. So yeah, this is how this. Let me check the first one. GC01. Finish this one. I'm gonna redoing again. Finish so. You know what? I'm gonna cancel this one and delete the GC01. Let me cancel it and delete this, this, this. I don't want to save. I'm gonna cancel it and I'm gonna remove this from the machine. Or maybe I can come here and remove it. Okay, remove. Let me double check from here first about on the my user on the Raoul and come here and check. Okay, let me remove this quick. Remove, delete, and then check. Yes, that has been removed. That's fine. So let me recreate this one because yeah, let me recreate this. GC add. Okay, I'm gonna say TC00. Okay, TC0. That's fine for me. And then change my documentation here and say okay, it's gonna be GC and save. Click, come back here, and then say okay, choose to the same process, and then that's why next, and then how many? Okay, and then okay, okay, next. Uh, Next, finish. Okay, that's look great. So, and then now add the storage. On the storage, add my ISOs image. Click OK. Then start. That's fine. What does it look like? Oh, seems like the SQL node 01 is coming. So yes, let me check my RAM on my physical laptop. Okay, I already have two remaining. Okay, available. And then we close this one. We can waiting for this process to start. Okay. Mm, So now we can go back to my documentation after once uh, this 3 VM has been created. Now I'm gonna go and configure the network, right? So IP address. So and then I'm gonna show you how that has been uh, developed or how uh, the diagram has been developed. So as you can see, so then let me check the first one because okay, that's fine. This is the first one. Let me close this one. Let me uh, uh, go for the installation for the Windows Server 2019, and then let me go here and then choose this one. Next, then next, and then next. Then yeah, and then here, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go here. I don't want to spend a lot of time undo that. So keep in mind, regarding the password, you need to provide the strong password in the organization production environment. You need to provide a strong password, and then also after that, you need to save that password in the documentation. Uh, Here, because it's just for the testing purpose, it's just for the demo. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to provide the same password for each individual VM. And yes, this is what I'm going to do. So password, and then also here, password, and then I can click finish. And then now we can go for the second one here. See, for this one has been. And then now what I'm going to do, I'm going to expand this one. So now what you can see here, the screen is my background screen is not it's not extending. So I'm going to show you how to extend this. So first of all, we need to log in. So yeah, and then to log in now, I want to say, okay, provide a password or define the password and login. And then here, let me check the other one. It's still in process. It's on the way. So the SQL Raoul node one is coming. So yes, this is how. I mean, this is my VM that has been created for the node one. I'm gonna accept this one. Yes, and then let me check the other one. Still in process. Still in process. So yes, and as you can see, the server manager, right? This is where you can add your role and feature. This is where you can go. Then also, I'm going to show you how it look like. This this demo is going to be very long, but I'm going to try to go quick, right? And show you how to, because uh, what the objective behind that is to create the always on availability code. And to do that, I need three VM. One VM gonna my TC, I mean the domain controller. The other one gonna be where the SQL server going to be installed, and the failover cluster manager application. So yes, we can see don't show me that. And then now, if I can go here, you see you have your DC drive here. You can see your DC drive 21. You can also go here on your local server and see the information for other moments. So yeah, you can see the computer name, and then you can see the internet IP address. You can see also, or it's two. You can see the RAM is 198 GB. You can see the 31. The total disk space is 31. So there's a lot of information you can see over here. But let me extend this background. So how to do that? First of all, I need to close this one and then go here to the device and go to insert guest addition, and then click here, and then go here now, and then you can install this VirtualBox. Install 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 and then we can check. Okay, for the SQL Raoul node 2 VM, what we're going to do, we're going to provide the same password because I don't want to forget my password. Say, and then click, or let me tap again because I don't remember. I want to show you my password for the security purpose. Okay, P, then okay, P, and then finish, and the process is underway, and this has been finished. So now close and reboot. That will reboot automatically. What about the GC? So it's still in process. So it's coming as well. That was look fine. It's coming. Let me check. Yes. So it's gonna come later. So and then let me check the SQL notes one. So now what we're gonna do, I need to check my battery status. Okay, and then now we're gonna go here to the input keyboard and insert here, and then say okay, password. You click that. And then now you can see my screen. I'm gonna show you how it will look like. And then now we can click here, and then we can click again, and then you see my screen is more better now. This is more better. So yes, we can close here, and then we can check. This one is still in process. This one is still in process. So I would like to change this background screen, right? I don't like that. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to pen here and say okay, and then type here and go to the this one. I'm gonna choose this one, and then click here and then here and then go here and then check and then say okay, 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 and then see trying to bring this one here and then say okay, give the name, okay, SQL Raoul. This is okay, note 0101, and then we can bold this one. We can put some bold here. That's one. Say okay, and we can save this one to my desktop here, and then save, and then change the background for that. Set has the desktop background. So yeah, this is how it will look like. So and then we can do the same action for let me check this one. So this is the GC one. This one, provide the password, type the same password, and then click finish, and then check this one. This one has been finished. And then here now for this one, what I'm gonna do for this one, I'm gonna run Flames still. I'm going to log in here, password, provide a password. Let me provide my password here. Click next. Okay. What about this one? This one is still in process. Ah, this one, the SQL Node 2 has been finished already. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to log in on this one as well. And then say insert, tap my password. Okay. Okay, accept. And then okay, let me check. So this look fine. Accept as well for the SQL Raoul Node 2 VM. So this one is more better now. And then here we can say don't show this message again. Click and then Now we're gonna close this one. Can go for the DC, we can go and see. So this is not very consistent, right? In the organization production environment, the naming convention should be consistent. So I'm going to change the computer name. So not yet. So because there's a lot of configuration I need to make. So you can see the information as well. You can see computer name, uh, the RAM, the operating system as well. So let me close this one and let me extend this background image. So insert and then open here and then go here and then install. Yeah, next, finish, and do the same for here as well. Uh, and then yeah, let me finish. That will work automatically before I move here. And then for here as well, I need to do for this one as well. Also, and then yes, you can go to your local server and see all the information, right? Okay, that's fine. And then we can close. We can go to the device, insert, go here, open. We can go to the PC, you can go here, you can click, double click, next, next, install. And then here, we can go here now. Let me wait. Let me wait. So, you can finish that will boot automatically. And then here now, and log in here now. Again, login back. GC0, password. And we can do then so we can close this one now. Can close. We can go here, reduce. Next time, you see the image has changed. And then here, we can log in here as well. And then password. Then we can come here, we can change okay, we can change this background. So, and to change the background, I'm going to say here, pen, and then this is the DC one. So, can choose this color and see how the colors look, and then that's fine. We can so okay, then so then create okay GC0 C0 we can bold this as well. This one you say okay, save and save this, save to the desktop, okay, and change set this one as a desktop background. That's fine. Then we can do the same here as well. Can expand, can expand this one. This one. change. You can also check the background for the node 2. You can say okay, choose the same. Then you can go here, click uh, 8 uh, SQL Raoul node 2. This one can bolt as well. Then we can save, stop, click, then close, set as background. That's one. So all of them is nice. Now we already have all of them. So now on, so this is my documentation. So now what I'm gonna do here on that documentation, I need to and change the computer. So it's gonna be IP address and change the computer name, right? So then let us go for this action. So we're gonna start with the TC0, right? So then now we can go here and then say, okay, open the server manager. I need to see the IP address I want to use here. Okay, this one. Uh, Let me change the IP address. Okay, I don't want to show you my IP address. So let me first of all CMD. Okay, and then CMD, and then ping talkback. That's fine for me. Okay, here now we need to go to the local server, and on my local server now, first thing I want to do is to change the IP address. So click here, go to the internet, right click, go to the property, and then this is my domain controller VM. So, and then go here, the internet protocol version 4, and then click to the property, and then define the IP address, and then 100, then here, then here, 1 default, and then click verify. That's fine for me. That's one for me. That's fine. And then click OK. Okay. And then click close, refresh, and then close and refresh here. And then see it's still in process here. And then you see this is the new IP address I just provide. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna change the computer name, right? Then to change the computer name, click here, call GC0, GC0, and then click OK. And then yes, you must restart your computer to apply the change. That's changed. So click, close, and restart the computer. And we can do the same for the node 1, right? For the node 1, we can open the server manager here as well. can go to local server, and then we can say, click here, right click, go to the property, do the same process, and then uncheck Internet Protocol version and get this one, click property, and then 9, 12, 6, 8, 2, 4, 1. Because the IP address here is 2. Okay, 2, that's fine. And then here, 1 and 2, 1, 6, 8, and 2, 5, 1. And then that's 1, 2, 5. Right. Nice. Click. Okay. Close. Then refresh. And then go here and then refresh as well. And then it has been changed. And then now what I'm going to do, I'm going to change the computer name here, change, and then SQL Raoul note 01, then click OK. Start the same process and restart the computer. And now here we can do the same for the SQL node 2. So we can open here, can go here, and then now I need to go to the local server. Keep in mind, this is not a project in the organization production environment. This is just a demo, a test purpose. So yeah. So now I need to go here and make a change as well, and then go to the property, and then uncheck this one, choose this one, go to the property, and then provide. Okay. So 19, okay, 192.168.2.5, and then 3, and then T4 192.168.2.5, and then 1, and then click OK, close, refresh, and then refresh, and that's fine. And then change the machine computer name here, and then SQL Raoul Note 2, and then click OK. Close, close, and restart my computer. So now can go to the GC01, and now if you go to the GC01 and we log in here, now, you can see the password. Okay, and tap, and we can do the same action for the 0 1 1. You can go here, you can password, and then we can say okay, and then we can go for node 2, node 2, yeah, node 2 here. You can go here, let's see, password, and enter, and then we can go to the GC. So it are, as you can see now, in the local server, if you click here, you see all the information has been changed. The computer name has been changed. The IP address has been changed here. So now if we say, okay, ping IP config to verify the IP address config, and we can say, or IP config // all, and we can have all the information. You see, at the moment, I do not have Yes, that's fine for me. It's locate now. Yeah, this is the IP address here. So that's locate for me. So now we can uh, close here, and then now we can go here. We can do the same action. Can go to the local, and this is all the information you can see. You see the SQL Raoul node 02 for this VM and the IP address as well. You can say, okay, uh, CMD, and then can ping our taskbar, and we can open here IP config, and then we say, okay, and this is the IP address. So yes, and then we can close this one as well. We can go to the uh, node one, and then we see on the local as well, and then you see Raoul. This is the computer name has been changed. You can see the IP address as well. You can go to the CMD, and then you can ping to taskbar as well. You can open it and you say IP config. Uh, I like to do that because uh, I'm not quite familiar with that, but as a DB administrator, you need to know something about the IP address as well. So yeah, that's fine. We can close this one now. We can close this one now, and what I'm going to show you right now, I need to create. So if you go back to the documentation here, right? This one has been done. Now I need to, on step two, this is just some tips, huh? It's not how I will develop my documentation. So because I don't have the time, so that's why, and my computer is going very slow. I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry. So yeah, if I want to do some nice documentation, I will open the Word file and then write the documentation step by step with the architecture, the diagram, and like I did for this one as well. Yeah. So, and yeah, now I'm gonna install on the GC on the VM on the VM GC GC01 or GC0. I need to install. I need to install uh, install the uh, domain controller services, right? And the I'm gonna say the DNS. Okay, let me go for that now. So, but in order to install that, I need to make sure if uh, uh, those three server is communicating with my host only network, right? For the VirtualBox. And how to do that? First of all, if you can go here, if I check here, this is the virtual host only internet adapter. See the IP address here. Prefix is enabled. And then now, if I go here, I can change by going here, go to the setting and go to the network and change to N80 to the uh, host only adapter and click OK. And then do the same for this one as well. Okay, just do the same, go to setting and then go to the network, change this one to host only adapter and click OK. And then finally, we can also do for this one, for the node 01. And then go to setting, and then go to network, and then host only row adapter as well. And if you can check here now, that is look more. Yes, that's fine now. So everything has been set up here, and we can go here and then let me do something. I'm going to say IP address, IP config, and then tab, and then ping. uh, the IP address for my TC01 VM. So 91 no 251 and then oh no pink 196. Okay, it's not going through now. It's fine. So let me check something first. Let me go SQL, no, IP config, then pin 19128, then enter. Okay, there's something that is going wrong here. Okay, let me first of all install the DNS. So in order to do that, I need to go here, go to my, then uh, go here and then open the server manager. And then in the server manager, I need to go to add role and feature. You can also go to the manager, manage here, add role and feature. I can click here and here, click next and next. And then yes, this is the TC0 VM. And click next and say, okay, Active Directory domain services here. Click here, this one, add. I can click the DNS, this one, add, and then click next, and then click next, and then click next, and then install. So keep in mind this one gonna take maybe 15 to 10 minutes. I think so. But then let me check something here. If I do not forget something. Let me go here and go to server manager and then open that server manager and check. And then check my local. Okay, let's look good. All the information is, let me check how the installation is still in process. Let me go here. For the IP address, IP config, then 192.168.254 or 2. Yes, looks good. Then let me go here. Okay, I'm gonna come back later. This is the, yes, okay. And okay. So I just looked something in Microsoft Azure because this one project I was working on that. Let me go back here because it's the synapse. What does the synapse look like? And then it's my database serverless. And then let me check the view I've created. Yeah, that's fine. So good. And then what is the link server here? Expand this data lake. Then go here, expand, go to the container, and then okay. This is okay. Okay, this is the file. Just wait and in the Databricks to copy. Should be this one. Yeah, that's look fine. It's working correctly. So what is the matter here? Let me check here. Configuration require installation succeed. We can close. Now we can close and promote. Say okay, promoting. Okay, and then say yeah. We say here deployment configuration. Add the domain controller to an existing domain. Add the new domain to an existing forest. I need to create a new forest. I want to say shop Raoul, right? Let's say dot Raoul.com. And then you can create a new forest shopraoul.com, shopraoul.com. Let's see how we can create that new forest. Oh, that's fine. You can pass the password. You can also tap the password here and then click next, and then next, and verify the NetBIOS name assigned to the domain and change if it necessary. So let us, yeah, that's fine. Shop Raoul has been created for domain name. Let me, yeah. And then now we say next, and our prerequisite needs to be validated before Active Directory domain services install on this computer. So give some time. Prerequisite, prerequisite checking. Okay, we can install now. That's fine. And then give some time to make the installation. And once the installation has been validated, and now we can reboot the computer himself. So yeah. Uh, uh, I need to check my battery. Yeah, still. Let me put a clock. It's too hot outside. The weather is very nice. It's very nice, the weather as well. So let me block my PC computer. Oh, God. Okay, seems like that finished. Let me close now. Close and check here. Okay, is restarting. So now I need to double check here. See this one. I can close this one here. Can verify something here. Look fine. Look good. Setting the network is fine. And setting then network. Host only adapter. Fine. Setting network. Fine. Okay. Okay. Let me go here and then check if that is still on process. Still in process here. Okay. Apply the computer setting. So and then I need to prepare it. So keep in mind, so once the Active Directory user in computer is installed, I need to open the Active Directory user in computer. And then what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to create the organization unit, two folder, one for SQL Server and one for the uh, user admin or admin user. So let us wait this one to finish. And then this is the Visual Studio 2022. And then I think also, I think my computer is very slow. I don't know what is giving my computer right now. You know, uh, uh, control panel thing. I still have that integration runtime installed in my computer. So it's seem like, yes, the integration, Microsoft integration runtime, self-hosting runtime that allow me to connect the on-prem SQL server with the data factory to extra or collect the data from the SQL server on-prem and, and load the data, maybe in and process the data or transform the data in the data factory and load into the data lake as a packet file. So, and then as a DBA developer or data engineer is so important to know what mean the a packet file. The packet file is a columnar file format that provide optimization to speed up queries. Is far It is far as more efficient file format than CSV or JSON file. So when we load the data as a packet file, it's compress the data or the file. So let me go back here because this is not yeah, I have the integration runtime installed as well. I need to stop the integration runtime. Okay. I need to close this one. I need to go back here. Oh, this is still in process. God. Okay. Yes, my computer is very slow. It's depend how your operating system is. I don't have 32 GB RAM because it's cost a lot of money. So yes, I have 16 in total on my laptop, physical laptop. So yeah, and at the moment, because I do have SQL Server 2020 22 has been installed in my computer. I have three instances, and I have Visual Studio 2022 installed. I also have the extension of the SQL Server integration services, SQL Server analysis services, SQL Server reporting services, and I do also have Power BI installed, Power BI desktop installed on my physical machine, and so on. I do have uh, uh, I don't know if you still have the Azure Explorer installer as well. Uh, I do have a Java uh, runtime environment installed in my computer. So let me check if the process has no still applying the computer setting. So yeah. I need to verify one of the project in tabular model. If it is still working. Mm, Visual Studio 2022. Tabular model for I have the tabular model for the Azure analysis services as well, but I encounter a difficult situation because it's not deployed uh, uh, the project in Microsoft Azure Analysis Services. But this is something I will fix maybe tomorrow, not today. And then I have one project for the DevOps where I have created a repository and then, yes, and then link this DevOps Visual Studio project in my repository within the DevOps. And then also, yes, this is the tabular project we're talking about. I also have some SSES project, integration services project. Yes, this is my tabular project. So yeah, yes, it is. No, this is the on-prem SS AS, I mean AS project, which is working correctly. Create a project, deploy the project to the SQL Server, analysis services, and then you can also process uh, uh, the report as well here. And this is one of the basic measure calculation DAX I did for the sum. Let me check, it's still applying. So, oh, it takes so long. This is not thing. How? Let me close all this. Let me close. Let me close this one. Maybe I'm gonna close. Let me check this one. I can close this one because this one is one of the reports one of the projects I am working on between the on-prem SQL Server and the data breaks, followed by data lake and the Azure Synapse Analytics, especially the SQL dedicating database pools and the serverless SQL pools and the Spark SQL pools as well. So, and then as you can see, we can integrate the Power BI immediately with the Power BI with one of the Synapse Analytics. We can also, for example, I can go here. This is one of the, yeah, this is one of the projects I was create. If you open this, right? If you right click, go to the select task, and then run this one, and you get all the data here. That's look good, or it's still applying. That's look good. So what I I have uh, have to do instead of use this packet file, I create a store procedure that will create a view automatically for each individual file. For example, as you can see here, you get the customer, you got the customer address, you got the product, you got the product category, you got the product description. So I have a view based on that Makedo database, which is my serverless uh, SQL pools database. And you can see here, you see all those view is created automatically by one of the star procedure. You cannot see the star procedure here, but if you use this SQL, I mean this Azure Synapse Analytics and connect to my SQL Management Studio, I will be able to show you where the store procedures is located. So this store procedure will create the view automatically. So it's create the dynamic view automatically. This is how this process will look like. But this is something it's not for today, but this is something I I did in the past, especially in the organization production environment as well. And this is just a project I'm just doing in my free time when I'm not doing nothing at home. So, and then, yes, let us go back again. Still process, see, takes so long. Yes, that's fine. So the DCA zero uh, virtual machine has been created. We need to log it, log now. We need to go to insert, and then now password. We tap the password. And keep in mind, you see the shop Raoul backslash Raoul administrator, that's fine. So now I'm going to show you something. So now what I'm going to do, so I'm going to Okay, let me go here, open, I say IP config bachelor all, and you can see, no, no, no. IP config, sorry, bachelor all, and then you see this is my DNS name. That's fine. So we can close this. We can close this one. We can now say, okay, uh, Active Directory user and computer. This one, we can open this one. And then now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to view and then go to the advanced feature and then click here. And then this is my domain name. This is all. And this is the. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to close this and then say Active Directory user and computer. Then we can ping here. And then for the DNS, I can say oh and pin here as well. That's fine now. So I can open from here and I can go for the here and then say, let me check something. IP config and then ping 192.168.2. Okay, and then that is working correctly, so it looks like it's communicating together perfect for the SQL Note 1. I'm happy for that. And then let me double check for the Note 2. And then you can say ipconfig and then enter ping 192.168.254 and then enter. That is perfect as well. So good. So far, so good. So now I need to join this two VM Note 1 and Note 2 in my domain. So how to do that? First of all, I need to go here. So as you can see here, if I can show you right now, before I do that, I need to create here, I need to create in the organization, new, in the organization unit, I need to create a folder, say SQL server, and then click OK. And the other one, I need to create the organization unit. I need to create admin user. Okay, admin user. And click OK. Then we can refresh here and see. And then now inside the admin user, I need to create one of the uh, user. So this user, I'm going to say how I'm going to say SQL Toma, SQL Toma, no SQL, and then Toma, and then and then say SQL SQL to mass. Yeah, SQL to mass. Okay, and then click. Okay, and then say password provided same password. I don't want to forget my password, and then here provided same password. Uh, let me retype the password. Sorry. Um, provide this password, and then here provide a password as well. And then user must change the password at the next login. No, user cannot change the password. Yes. Password never expire. Yes. And then click OK. Okay, that's fine. And then now here, I need to right click here. I need to give some privilege access. I need to go to the member and say add domain admin thing admin. Yes, that's good. That's fine. Click OK, and then click OK, and then OK. And here I need to go here and then add some security for the no, this security. I need to go here, add, go here, go to the computer, add. We can say okay. We can go here, say SQL Toma, see, and then click Alt, give full control, apply. Okay, that's fine. So as you can see here, there is an as you can see in the computer here, there's a no computer, so VM machine. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna add this to VM node 1 and node 2 to our domain. And how to do that? In order to do that, first of all, let us show you quick. You need to go here, go to node, and then here, what you're going to do, you're going to open your server manager here. In the server manager, uh, what you should do here, you need to go to the local server, and then in your local server, click here, and go to change and say domain, and say okay, shop raoul.com, and then click okay. Oh, oops. It's failed. An Active Directory domain controller ADDC for the domain raoul.com could not be contacted. Okay, ensure that the domain name is typed correctly. If we correct click, okay, this is Raoul shop, shop raoul.com. I think I know where the problem comes from. Let me check something. Let me check something here, and then here. Oh, it's not coming. Okay, let me raoulshop.com. Okay, let me go here for the node 2 and do the same action. Okay. Uh, keep in mind in the organization production environment, as a DBA administrator, you need to be able to go and fix this kind of issue. It's so important to fix the issue. uh, and I like to fix the issue. I like to fix one of the anomaly, right? So that's why in the SQL server, I need to walk around the SQL server, investigate the issue, and trying to resolve that issue, and also applying the performance optimization tunings is so important in the SQL Server. So to fix this issue, if I open this one also for the node 2, and go to the local, and then go to work group, then click on that work group, change, and go to the domain, and click shop, shop Raoul.com, and then click OK. Oh, same. We have the same issue we have in the note. We do have in the note one. So how to fix that issue? I know where the issue come from. Let me go back here, and then we need to click here, I think so, and check if the IP address has been added. So click here and then go to the property, and then go to the internet protocol version, and then click the property. Use the full DNS server. Yes, this is where the issue come from. Tap 1, 2. So you need to give the IP address for the domain controller 168.25 and 100, and click OK. Close, refresh, refresh, go back here, refresh, and then now, I need to go to the work group, click, and then change, and then go to the domain, and we can see shop Raoul.com, and then click yes, that is fine, brilliant. Administrator, and then click give the password, and then type OK, and then yes. Welcome to the Raoul.com domain. So click yes. Yes, my computer needs to be restart, close, and restart the computer. So, and we do the same action for the note 2. Go to the here, and then right click here, go to the property, go to the internet version protocol 4, and then go to the property, and then add 192.168.258 and 254, and then click OK, close, refresh, and refresh, and go to work group, change domain, and then shop Raoul.com, and click OK, provide administrator and password. OK, click OK, click, close, and restart the computer. So yes, on my documentation, I say okay, yes, install the JSON. Okay, step 2, step 4, add PM note 01 and note 02. Add PM note to domain. Yes, that is great. That is brilliant. This is brilliant. So now we're going to move to the second step, which is so important. I'm sorry if you have some noise. I'm sorry for that. Uh, yes, sorry for the noise. Now, what I'm going to try to show you, please, I'm going to go to the uh, note 1, and then we can double check. So first of all, I need to log into the node 1, and then say, okay, password, and then tap okay, and then yes, and then do the same action for the node uh, 2, and then we need to tap here as well, uh, password, and then enter. So what I'm going to do here, I can just follow the documentation and say, okay, on the step 4, right here, say, okay, install the failover cluster uh, manager, right, on node 1 and node 2, right, and node 2. So yes, and then let me close this. No, you can use this one. We can say, okay, go ahead. We can install the this one, auto and feature. So this step, we're gonna install the failover cluster manager. So that's fine. Click OK. We say next, and then we say failover clustering, and then click add the next install, and then here on note, I need to do that. I need to do that quick because computer is very slow. And then this, then install, and then next, and then install the failover cluster add, and then next, and then install. So now I need to move to the GC VM GC0 and show you. You see, if you will refresh, you can refresh, you can see now there's SQL Raoul node 1, SQL Raoul node 2, right? Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to move these two on this SQL server for the best practice to organize what I'm doing. Move this one here, go to the SQL server, click here, and that if you now you check here, everything has been moved, and we need to give some security. We need to set up some security or configure some security. So here you say okay, right click, go to the property, and go to the member as well, and then add the I'm going to say go here first. Now here, check if he, yes, that's what it choose in territory, and then here you can say domain admin, then check, then click OK, and then apply, OK, then do for this one as well, then property, member, add, check entire territory, domain admin, then click check, click OK, and check, apply, OK, and then here we can say go here, right click, go to the property, go to the security, and then say then close this, and then check here, computer, OK, and then entire territory, click OK, and check the name, the SQL node, no row, and then say up, and select these two, click OK, OK, and give for node 1 full control, apply, node 2 full control, apply, OK. So now we can go fresh for the best practice. So that's fine. And then now what we're gonna do, we're gonna try to check if it is working correctly. And then to do that, if the active, I mean the failover cluster has been installed on my nodes. Yes, now we can close. We can close here, and we can go here, and we can say it means that we need to restart spending. So we need to click here and then restart the computer here, and then click restart computer, and then check for the node 2, node 2 as well. You must restart the destination. The destination, yes, we can say okay. Go here, say restart spending. So we need to go here and then say restart. Click. Is restarting. Yes, this is more better now. So we're waiting that to restart, and then yes, the node 1 has been restart. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna log in this computer, in this VM, with the with the uh, with the uh, a username I've already creating. So if I go here and say insert and say okay, put a user here and then say SQL Toma and then tap the password here, password for that Toma and one, and then click enter, and then this is what it's going to do. And then yes, this is good. And we can do the same action here. Let me do the same action here. Before I do the same action, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna change the computer background. So let me go here and see CMD, CMD, and then bar pin pen here, and then go here. Now I'm gonna choose this color, right? For yes, I'm gonna go for this color, and here, and then here, and then this color, and then black, and then I'm gonna say let's go for that. I'm gonna say let me go for 24, and then say user SQL Toma is username. This is not recommended in the organization because in the organization production environment, the username should always be consistent. So this is just for the demo purpose. So yeah, SQL Toma, right? And then now what we can do, we can save in the desktop, click OK, and close, and set up this one as a background. Yes, this is correct. And then if you can log in for this one now, and then say okay, go here, go to the insert, and then other user SQL Toma, and then password, and then click OK. Now we'll do the same action. drink some water because it's a very hot outside. June 2023. So now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to close here. I'm going to go here, CMD. I'm going to ping here. It's back. Yes, I'm going to say paint and open. Choose this color and then choose go clear this and then say then here choose 24, say user name SQL Toma and then say okay, okay, and save. Sure. Stop and set up as a project as a yeah, look good now. So this is for the node 02. It's the same color, don't worry about. So now we're going to go here and then something we have to do, uh, uh, we need to go here and say failover cluster. This is the failover cluster manager we have installed. So now we can pin to the back and then open this failover cluster here and create a cluster name. So this is why you need to follow your documentation. And then so we set up the fellow the step 2 and then say okay step uh on step 4 step 6 and then logging with user name uh, SQL Toma and then step 7 we can say uh, now create the cluster the file over cluster name, right? Yeah. So this is the step we need to, yes. And to do that, we need to come here and go to the, uh, we need to go here and first of all, what we need to do, we need to open the failover cluster manager, right click, go to the validation. And then in the validation, we need to create, click next, and we need to browse the cluster. We need to go here, not here. We need to location, entire directory, click here, and then SQL Raoul, right? I think this one, and say select. You see, as you can see, SQL Raoul node 01 and node 02. Click OK, and then you follow, and then that will process. Uh, and then after that, in my documentation, we click next. So that's fine. Next, and then let's. Sometime I encounter honestly a difficult situation to create the file over cluster and name, and that's why it's a very important when you're working in the organization production environment. You work as a team, so you need to go close maybe to the IT manager and trying to interact with him and to collect some information how maybe to fix or maybe how he can help you to yeah to resolve this issue. So yeah, keep in mind you need to be a very uh, 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 mm, playing guys. So yeah, working as a team, and working as a team means that you need to respect any other uh, 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 team mate or maybe any other colleagues, right? And gathering the information is so important uh, when you're working and the client wants you to uh, go through one of the projects and develop that project. Some of the project can go to be the backlog in Jira, and you need to be able to go to the backlog and maybe the project has been assigned to you. And yeah, if you don't have that information, you need to go back to the client, trying to gathering the information and come back and start thinking or develop your project. Or maybe you can go to the uh, Google or maybe YouTube and make your own research when you do not understand something. Is a very important. As a DBA developer, as a data engineer, as data science, as a BI developer, as a BI consultant. Yeah, it's a very important when you're working as a team. Yeah, and we need to respect each other. And yeah, this is something I can mention. And this is something I always face when I'm working with the colleague when I trying to train a new people that join the company, right? Yes. Yes. Uh, yeah, let us go there. And then, yes, you can also assist a daily stand-up meeting with your colleague to describe or say what has been done the last 3 days or the last days or yesterday's or maybe the last 1 week, something like that. And this is so important when you're working in the organization environment. I mean, in my experience, we uh, with the remote work at the moment, in my organization, we have a daily stand-up meeting every days at 9:30 a.m. So yeah, and this is very useful for us, for everyone, because validation, network communication, the test is reporting failure. I don't know what is the problem, but it's not a problem. Let me check. Let me go there and check. Let me rate. Yes, network fell, but I'm not very familiar with the network. But let me testing has completing for the test. You selecting one or more tests indicate that the configuration is not suitable for clustering. A cluster solution is supporting by the Microsoft only if you run all cluster validation tests. Uh, I don't think this issue is a very, very bad issue. Let me go through it. Network interface, internet is .com, same cluster yet address. The IP address is not reachable for yet. Okay, you know what? I think we're gonna move on and create this cluster name. Let me click here and click next, and we're gonna see what is happening. Give the name for the cluster, right? What is the name? I need to uh, Windows FL C. Okay, let me say okay SQL, or maybe SQL. No, SQL. Windows FL C S Raw. Oh, this is just for the test purpose. Okay. Okay. And then now this is so important, right? You see, 192 for the IP address. But if I come back to my documentation here, say, okay, I'm gonna go for 4, right? 4 is the best. I'm gonna click here, say 4, right? No, here, and then 4, and then click next. This is why you need to prepare your own documentation. It helps you organize what you are doing. And in the future, it will also help another people, or maybe one colleague, a new person, for example. So yes, we click next, and then we start in the process. We click next, and then yes, please wait while the cluster is configured. So yeah, this project is so long. It takes so long. This demo is not my fault. I'm sorry for that. And and then it's depending how your computer is operate. And then this is something we are doing from scratch. You know, in the organization production environment, maybe you have another department, IT department, who have that responsibility to set up all the VM, all the configuration network as well. In this case, I do not have all those has not been set up, and I need to set up that to achieve what I really want to develop, which is the creation of the always on high availability code uh, for the SQL Server 2022. Uh, 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 Now, because the installation is still in process, what I can do, I can prepare I can prepare the SQL Server, and to prepare the SQL Server installation media, we need to go to the online Google Online or Microsoft Online and download the SQL Server for free. Or maybe if you have the money, you can go and buy your the latest version, or the standard version, or the enterprise version. But in my case, I'm gonna go for the developer version, or maybe for the express version, right? So so now we can finish, and we can see now, yes, it's look good. Yes, that is brilliant. That is working correctly. Is something I do. Yeah, yeah, that's fine. That's perfect for me. Yes, this is my cluster name. If we expand here and we go to the row, there's nothing at the moment. If we go here as well, and then you can see now it's working correctly. We have the SQL Server Raoul Node 1 and the SQL Server Raoul Node 2. And this is perfect for me. And what I'm going to do here now, if I can go to the Node 2, Node 2. Oh, God, let me go here and then provide the passwords, and then click, and then now what I'm gonna do here, let me okay, federal cluster, and then ping, and then open here as well and see. So you don't need to keep in mind, you don't need to create the cluster name on both VM. So yeah, as soon you create that on the VM node one, that is okay for us. Is okay. So you see. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to close this. I'm going to close, and now I'm going to move to my VM, right? So I'm going to move to the DC controller password, and then go here, and then we can now refresh, and you're gonna see here, we can refresh, and you see, you can, as you can see now, you see, this is the cluster name. What we're gonna do here now, we're gonna right click here and go to the property and go to the member, and then add, go here, and then select the entire for the best practice, and then domain admin, and then click OK, apply, apply, OK, and then we can go here fresh, and then here what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the computer, right click, go to the property, and then set up some security or configure some security to give some privilege uh, or restrict as well. So now here, I'm going to go here, add, go here, choose a computer, click OK, and then go to and choose the entire directory. And then here, I'm going to say SQL. Let me type this and choose maybe this one, click OK, and then OK, give the full control, apply, apply. Okay, then now we can refresh, that's fine. The security configuration has been set up and based on the active directory user and computer, within that, close. And then now what I need to do is so important. First of all, we need to go back to the node 1, and because I am ready to install the SQL server, before I install the SQL server, I need to go to the firewall. So important to go to the firewall, and then in the firewall, in the inbound, I need to create a role for the port. So okay, yeah, let me check something quick. Let me check something quick. Let me check if I do have the SQL Server installation media on my PC. Yes, I do have maybe SQL 2022. That SQL 2022. Let me open. Yes, I do. Yeah, I do. Because on my physical machine, I have the SQL Server installed uh, on it. So, and then uh, I'm going to use that SQL Server installation media here. So yes, like I said, let me go back here and then continue to create this port. So yes, is it what is the default for the SQL pool port? Is I think it's a 4, I think it's a 1 4, and is 1 4, yeah, 1 4 20 33. So yeah, I think so. This is the default 1 4 33. Next, and then next, next, and then give the whole name SQL, SQL for one, for example. Uh, uh, SQL for no, I don't want to. That's fine. That's one for me. And then this one, and then create the second one is poll. I think this one is for the database my routing. The default one is 1522. Next, 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 S SQL co 2, and then click finish, and then refresh for the best practice, and then that's fine, close, and then do the same action here for the do the same action for the node 2 firewall, and then the firewall, check if he is not exist here, is nothing. Okay, okay, create a new one. No, no, uh, uh, for 33. Yes, yes, SQL, SQL P, no, SQL P, SQL P, the one, finish. And the second one is or SQL, you know, 520 default for the database mirroring, and then next SQL P 02, then finish, and then refresh, and then that's fine. That's fine. Now we need to prepare. Now we need to go here, and then this part is very important. So, well, I need to create a network folder here. Here I need to create one, share uh, SQL SQL media, no, Raoul SQL Raoul SQL media. Okay, and then I need to give a access to create share folder, and then permission to everyone, full access. And then here I need to go here into our computer. Okay, I need to go to the entire directory, select this, and then SQL. Let me select all of them. I'm going to give access. Yes, I'm going to take all of them. And you click OK, and then start with this one, full control, apply. 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 And then click OK. And then apply all, click OK. And then we can copy this. And then things look like copy, close, and then go here, then paste here, and then click. Yeah, that's fine. It's working correctly. If I come back here, that's fine. And then let me go and check on the what is the name? I don't remember the name right. Okay, let me go here. We need to / tc0 / and then that recognize. That's fine. So mean that we can access this file within the SQL Node 1. That is brilliant for us. Perfect. Raoul SQL Media. We can also go here for Node 2, and we can try to see if we can access here as well. / tc0 and then that recognize as well. And then you can see the what. That's fine. Perfect. 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 It's working correctly. And then now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go uh, uh, here on the VirtualBox and go here and go to the setting here and search the share folder. Go to my shared folder because I want to mount. Go to mount here. No, here before for mount. I need to go here and search that, and then select, and then click here, read only, auto mount, and OK, and OK. That's fine. And we can go back here on GTC and then go here. And then now, if you click here, C drive, no, not here, but here, yes, this is what I did right now. And I can copy here like this and come back here and then paste it inside. need to unplug the battery. So that is perfect now. And then what I'm gonna do here, uh, I need to access the installation media here, and then let me access this here. Oh, let me access here, and then go here. This is, yes, this is perfect. Now we can start the installation media. We can right click, run administrator, click OK, and then start now. And then we can now come back here. Um, and then yes, and then we can go to the installation. So this is the SQL Server 2022. So this is the latest version of the SQL Server 2022. So we can click the new SQL Server extension alone. So this is going to be the quick installation, right? Because I don't want to go through and explain you how you can avoid the 10 DB database with the C drive, and it's not recommending for the best practice when you're working in the organizational environment to put the same the 10 DB on the same on the C drive. It's not recommending because the C drive is one of the operating system. So I don't want to go through and explain this thing. If I want to do that, it's going to take so long. So I want to move quick and forward. Yeah. So yeah, the installation gonna start, and again, I'm gonna go here to the node 2 and prepare the same action. Go here, then go here, and then click here, and now we can access. We can now go here, but for the moment, let me start with this one first. Okay, that's open. So yeah, what I'm gonna do here now, I'm gonna, yes, you have different version. You have free edition as well. If you want to go for the, yeah, for the standard one, most of the time this is what the company use. This is what we use. We got a standard edition. It's not free. You have to pay. You have to the enterprise where you can have uh, a full option of feature. And then here just is just the free edition. This is the developer edition. Got the evaluation, got the express. We're gonna take evaluation because evaluation is just 118 days, so I think 6 months, something like that. Yeah, we're gonna choose this one, click next, and then yes, click uh next. And then yes, like I said, I want to go quick, next, and then next. And then yes, I'm gonna go for this one as well. And then click, right click for the node tool, do the same action, and click, yeah, and then just starting. So still writing here. You can go here. Yes, the this is correct. The warning is nothing, so this is the Windows firewall. So click next. Perfect. And yes, this is the new SQL Server 2022, and this have a new extension of the Microsoft Azure for the SQL Server. If you have the Microsoft Azure uh, login, you can go here and add this information. Like I have all those Azure information, but I don't want to set up. So you just uncheck this one. So this is the new extension for the SQL Server 2022. Click next, and then so we're gonna avoid this and then go, and this is where you can choose the instance feature. You have many features. Sometime you can choose what feature according to requirement. I'm going to choose just database engine and and then the SQL Server replication for a transactional replication, pair-to-pair replication, snapshot replication, and 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 a match application as well. So yeah, we can choose the analysis service, but I don't want it at the moment. Click next, and then here we can go here as well. Check for this if it does working correctly. Yeah, that's fine. We can go here, standing alone, and then click OK for the note. Two, and then come back here. I want to do that quick. Yeah, keep in mind the SQL Server default instance. SQL Server can only have one default instance, yes, and they can have, I think, one. I mean, they can have the maximum of the name instance is, I think, 15, something like that. 50, yeah, 15. Yeah, we're gonna go for the T for instance, and then click next, and then go back here for this one, and then see if it's still in process. So yeah, and then what that's going. Yeah, for this is so important. We can go for the automatic mm, start, automatic start as well here. And then we can change this account name. This is the NT services, but I'm going to change this one at the end of the installation. I'm going to select the default at the moment. So go here, click next. And then, yes, this is where what I was saying. This is where you need to set up the configuration data directory here. Keep in mind, this backup directory need to have his home drive, for example. It's not very recommend to put it on the same C drive. And similar for the 10 dB, don't put this 10 dB on the C drive. It's not recommending in the organization production environment. So I don't want to go through because it's going to take so long to explain. Uh, but it's just something I do know. I have experience of that. And then also we can choose the mix mode, and then SQ, we can give the password for the SA. Password, I'm going to type the same password I do use for the VM as well, because I don't want to forget my password. And then we can add the current user. The current user is a Toma. That's fine. And we click next. Next. Yes. And then you can starting the installation now. Cool. Go ahead. It's cool. So, and then we can close this one. And then now what we're going to do, yeah, the installation is starting. You can go here for the same here for the node tool, and then we can choose the evaluation. We can do the same process. I don't want to come back to explain. Don't want. I don't choose the license. Go and then I search. And then no, I don't want it. Mm, fail. And then next. And then can click next. And then we can uncheck just the new for the Azure extension for the SQL Server 2022. So next, and then we can go for this and this feature and click next. Okay, let me drink some water. Yeah, default instance, we can click next. Okay. And then the same action, we can say, okay, starting automatically, and then starting automatically here. Regarding the account name, I don't want to make a change. I'm going to do a change at the end. So on my services application, next, and then the miss mode, click password, type the same password, copy the same password, and then add username, Toma, next, then installation start process now, and then yeah, So that will take so long. So give it some time. Still in process. So yeah, can check my documentation. It's nothing. So yeah. Yeah, yeah. Uh, yeah. So I can go here. I can Visual Studio. Mm, So let me Power BI. So this is one project in Power BI I create. So this Power BI, I think this Power BI is connect to tabular project. Okay. Just one. Tick. Yeah, this Power BI. So this Power BI, I mean, this is one of the basic Power BI I just create. So this Power BI is connecting, so it's integrating with the tabular uh, model project, especially the SSAS. So this tabular project, this tabular project is connect to the Power BI. So as you can see here, yes, this product country is connected with Power BI. This is the live connection. So uh, if you go back to one of the SQL server, I don't want to open the SQL server because, like I said, I don't have too much RAM. So maybe my computer is going to be very slow. Let me check. Still in process. Yeah, still in process here. Yes, this Power BI is connect. I mean, this Power BI is connected with the tabular model. So if you go here and then go here, yes, this is all the Power BI I have. Should be this project. Let me connect. It's the SQL Server 2022. If you go here and we go here, this should be this stadium. Yes, it's this one. So for example, right? Let me check first of all if this has been installed or no. Not yet. Still in process. Sometimes takes so long. If you select this one and we say okay, we say okay, let me add uh another see another record here for the set Yoruba. This is just for testing purpose. Let me add. I'm going to say add here. Say here. So I'm just waiting this to finish, right? Uh, tit- 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 tit. Oh, it takes so long. I know why. I know why. I know why. I just want to finish. Wish. See, it takes so long. Oh, it has finished. Yeah, it is correct. This is done. So now you see on the node 01 VM, the SQL server has been installed correctly. The going correct, we can close. And now we can say, let us go and then install the SQL Server Management Studio. Okay, click here and then we start in this process as well. And then we come here and then yes, we can instead say, I'm going to install a new record here. 12, say, mango or maybe uh, we can say car Mercedes, okay, Mercedes, and then say we can say Sweden, okay, or Denmark, uh, Sweden, Sweden, and you can say uh, 53, 54, and then we can save, here. Let me go here and start install this, close this, starting, and then install. Yeah, starting to install. Uh, okay, let's start install. So now, oh God, we have insert. This is not a I don't know. We can use the graphic user interface to insert the data as well. But this is just a basic uh, table. So I've insert 12 Mercedes, Sweden, and 24. Now, if you select the record, you see we have new record that has been set. If you check on my uh, uh, tabular model project, there is not uh, the control ID 12, right? Now, if we say, okay, we're gonna starting go here, and then we can, if we process all, you see that record gonna change here. We can process the record here. You can see if it's not working, we need to make a connection. I should be here. Let me give as a or as a what is the database name? Let me check this database name. Cell staging. Let me check. Cell. Oh no 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 password. I'm stupid. Password, and then click connect and see. Then click. Then okay. Process has been starting. And then let me check here what is going. Yeah. Okay. For the node 2, that's succeeds. Perfect. It's working correctly. Now we can close, and then we can start install the SQL Server Management Studio, because the SQL Server Management Studio allow us to connect to the SQL Server and develop the code, or maybe create a database, create a table, create a star procedure, create a view, create a function, and then implementing the data warehouse. It depends. Then click OK. And then now I'm going to show you something quick. If the process did, yes, that succeed. You see the process for the SSAS tabular project. You can close here, and then you see now Mercedes Sweden has been added, right? This is just a semantic layer. So, and then as a DBA developer or BI developer, you need to understand the difference between OLTP and the OLAP, right? Online analytic processing and online transaction processing as well. You need to understand one is for the we can modify the database, and the OLAPs just to answering the querying as well. So yes, and this is where you can use the DAX or maybe the MDX for the multi-dimensional data modeling project. But this is the tabular project. So now, because like I said, this project is connected with the live on Power BI. So if you refresh my Power BI, there's not there's not Mercedes product, and there's not Sweden country, right? If I do the same, it's not working. In order to make this working, I need to go here and then go to the Solution Explorer, and then I think I need to deploy this project into the SQL Server Analysis Services. The deploy has, yeah, start deploying. Method deploying is correct. That's working correctly. And then once that has been deployed, I have the SQL Server Integration Services, which is the SSIS, that have the package which I can process. I can execute the package that will refresh the the model. So in order to do that, I can go to the SQL Server here and then connect to the SQL Server Analysis Services. Click here, and then this is my SQL Analysis Services. I can go here, right click, and process, right? Or I can go here, right click, and yeah, I can go here and process. So uh, at the moment, there is no Sweden country, there's no Mercedes product, right? And see the record. At the moment, the record is three, the total is 300, right? Yes, now I'm gonna click here. I'm gonna process this and then see process all. Oh, this is not, this is just for the test purpose, right? And then I process it. This is connect with the Power BI. This server, SQL Server Analysis Services, it connect Power BI. So I'm going to show you once that finish. Let me check here and see if the installation, well, the installation here has been finished. I can restart my computer now. The installation has been finished. Sorry. Right now, I can go here and restart the computer. Restart now, and then go here, restart. And then what about this one? Still in process. What about the SQL Server? Oh, still in process. Yes, the process has been succeed. So now, if I close this one and go to Power BI, as you can see, and refresh, and you see, Sweden has been added in Power BI, right? Sweden, for country Sweden has been added, Mercedes has been added, and then the sell price 24 has been added, and this the total has changed. So this is how, and you can also you can also open this as an Excel uh, workbook spreadsheet and then analyze your data. So it's not very complicated. Yeah. Let me go here and then reconnect here, password, and then as we can see, and then we click OK. Now I can close this. Let me close this because computer is very slow. And let me close this as well because my computer is very slow. Let me close this one, and then let me close the Power BI as well. This is one of the visualization where the end user or the business user can go, or the client can go and visualize their cell reporting and make a better decision. So, for example, one of the project report you can working on is how uh, to let me come back. Let me come back. Let me come back first. Uh, like I say, how many employees overachieve their sell target uh, of their sell target within 1 year of joining the company. Yes, you can go ahead and double check. Let me close this one. Uh, um, let me save and close. So now let me go to the DC. Yes, this one also finished. I can close and start my PC. Go here and then restart the node 2. Click here and then click here. I need to close this one as well. I need to close. I need to close. We don't want to close this one. So, well, on the step 2, no, step 8, step 8. Now, check installation of SQL Server 2022, and then check if it is working, and then create the inbound inbound call for SQL, installation, and then okay, now you need to log in. You need to log in here and verify if that is working. Let me verify now and then verify everything. So now you need to go here, SQL here, and then close this one. And then as you can see here, this is my SQL configuration manager. Can click OK here and then double check if it's working or not. And then you can go here. This is the new feature for extension. And then we can go here. Yes, that's correct. And we can say, okay, SQL Management Studio. We can connect here. We can make some configuration for the best practice. And we can go here as well. We can go here. Can close this one. We can SQL Manager. Click OK. This is the node 2. And then go to the services. Only the agent is not working here at the moment. You can right click to the agent and then check if it work. And then yes or no. You can come here and then yes. You can come here and go and then log in and see. Yes, that is working correctly. So we can verify if we go to the property, go to the instance name, go to the property, go to the connection and see if the allow remote connection to this server is checked. If it's not checked, need to, if it's not checked, you need to check. And you can go to the security login for Thomas, and then right click, go to the property and go to the securable, and then also check this connect SQL. You click OK, and then refresh is the best practice as well. And then now, if you have verified the always on high availability code, if I click here, it's failed. I know why. I know why it's failed. I'm going to sort it out. So at the moment it's failing. So I know why. And then you can go here for the node 1 and then refresh this. Yes, the SQL agent is working correctly. And you can open here SQL Management Studio. You can close this. At the moment, I don't want to close. I'm going to leave that out because I need to sort it. Okay. So now to fix the issue, why it's not working, the always on high availability group here, what this error is not what we have this issue. Now we need to go back here. We need to refresh and go back to the SQL instance here, and then right click, go to the property, and then go to the always on high availability group, and this is my file over cluster name, and right click to enable, apply, then restart the computer as well. Restart the services here, can restart here, then we can go back here, check for this one, and trying to connect to here as well. And to connect here, this is the node 2. Click connect. Perfect, it's working correctly as well. That's working correctly. We need to go here, double check on the connection. Yeah, allow remote is check. Close, go to the security, especially on the security here. There's not a database, there's a system database at the moment, master, model, MSDB, 10DB. If this database corrupt, you will not have access on the SQL Server database. And I know how to fix that, but this is not, this is something else we can do. So now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go to the security login, go to the Toma login, go to the property, and go to the security ball, and then go here and then check the connect SQL, click OK, and then we can refresh also, go back here, and then if you check the always on high availability waiting the VM SQL Raoul node 2, is going to fail. I know where the issue come from. We can refresh again, can go back here, and we can go here, go to the property, and then always on availability and enable and apply. Okay, okay, and then restart the services. And then now, if you go back to the node 1, as you can see now, if you refresh this entire instance here, and then now you can see your always is working now. That's perfect. I mean that you can create your always. Perfect now. Perfect, perfect. That has been set up from scratch. Yes. And then now if you now you can move here and go to the and refresh to node 2, and then click here and then go here. Perfect, it's working. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to do something. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to, on the node 1, I'm going to go to the services. No, let me go first of all and verify the node 2. Verify the node 2 here. And then node 2, the job is, I don't know why it's, this one. The SQL agent is working, and then verify if this one is working as well. Let me check. I don't know. Yes, this one is working. So on node 2, that's working. Node 1, go to the services. So in the services, right, you can come here and check your SQL Server instance. Let me expand this one. Let me go here, expand. Let me expand this one and go to the instance name here. If you right click and go to the property, and you see we can click automatic, we can apply, we can say okay, and then here we can also go for automatic, apply, okay. And then here is that's fine. And then here, what we're gonna do here now, what I'm gonna do here now, I'm gonna change the account name here. So to the login, we have the NT services. I need to change this. I need to change. I'm gonna go here, choose the entire directory here, and then SQL Toma, SQL Toma. Yes, that's fine. Click OK, and then change the password. Password, password. Type your password, and then here, let me type the password again. P. And here, do the same action. Tap the password, and then apply. Okay, okay, apply, and restart. Okay, and then do the same for the SQL agent. Change the account name, go here, NT, go to the entire directory, click, then SQL T, Toma, click OK, uh, type the password, then one, type the password, and then apply, OK, apply, and restart. And then close this, and then yeah, this has been configuration manager. Now go to the config of this one, SQL configuration manager, click OK, and then you can see who has been changed, right? This is correct for us. We can refresh. That is working correctly now. See, the account name has been changed. So I'm going to do the same action for the SQL Raoul node 2, and then we can go to the services here and click expand, go here, 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 and search for the SQL server. And then this is my SQL server is running, and then change the startup automatic, apply, okay, agent, automatic, apply, okay, and then SQL browser, I think that one is fine. Okay, and then now I need to change the account name, log in here, and then say, okay, choose the thread, and then say SQLT, Toma, and this one, provide the password, P, password 1, type again, password, and then password, and then apply, okay, okay, apply, and then restart. And then do the same for the SQL agent. Go to the login, search the location, and then choose the entire directory, and then SQLT, search, check, and then click OK. Password 1, password, apply, okay, okay, then refresh, and then restart, pardon, and then that's fine, close, then go here, refresh, and then as you can see for the node 2, it's working correctly. So now my SQL is working. We can now go to the DNS, I mean to the domain controller, and I have to create, I need to create a share folder from there. The reason I create a share folder because I'm going to use that share folder to, and then I'm going to create one of the share folder here. I can close this one and I can go here, and then right click, create one share folder. I'm going to use this share folder to implementing my always on availability code. So SQL uh, 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 Raoul, 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 ASG, A, AG, ASG group, and then give the, so set up a share folder, click on the advanced, go, and then permission for everyone apply, then okay, and then permission add, then choose the computer, click OK, and then here we need to choose the entire directory and then say SQL, then check for and select all of them, click OK, and then click OK. Then for this one, click full control, this one, full control, this one, full control, this one, full control, and apply, and OK, apply, OK, and this is my share folder. You can copy this one, go to the notepad and paste it over there. But in my case, I don't want to do that here. What I can do here, I can go here and then paste, and you can check, network. Yes, that's not working correctly. That's fine. And then now here, if you go to the, what is the name? Oh, I forgot the name. Forgot the name here. Let me check again. GC Raoul AHG group. Okay, I'm gonna check if it's that working or not. What is going on here? Password, and then click OK. Uh, I mean, W GC0. Okay, this one. I want this one, and then correct. Yes, it's working on the node 01. So now if you open the, yes, okay, this is working correctly. As you can see now, if we expand this, there is no role at the moment. There is no role, but however, when the always on availability group has been created, here the role, I mean, the role will be displayed here. So, and then now we have the note here. So now we can go, we can close this one, We can go here and create one of the database, right? Just for the demo. Uh, create create database uh, W Mark Spencer, right? Mark Spencer, right? And create database Mark Spencer. This is a free database and go. And then we can create this database, Mark Spencer. Okay. And we refresh for the best practice. Refresh. And then this is the database. And we can also inside create one of the, can create one of the table. So create a table, create a table. Um, uh, tut, 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 create table market, right? Just it's just for the table market. Okay, table no, sorry, market, and then you say okay, ID, ID, integer, que c'est identity, identity, this is attends, identity, identity. Okay, you can say, well, you can say primary key, but I don't want to, yeah, insert the primary key. You can say, uh, market name, market name, market, market name. Okay, you can say Vaka and Vaka. This is just for the test post 15, and then you can say, okay, we create this table, right? And we can insert some of the data here. Well, I'm gonna go here and insert the data quicker. Refresh. Oh, Raoul is stupid. So let me go here and delete it. I don't. Let me create delete that table. Yeah, I don't know why. Okay, okay, okay. Delete table. Quick, delete. I can say okay. Use the market. Use market. Uh, Mark Spencer database and go and then create the data. Now see that has been changed, and now create a table here, and then create a table here, and then the table has been deleted here. And then now if we refresh the table Mark Spencer database, we have that table. We can go insert the data quick. Just for the test purpose, we insert, say insert into, right. So let me go here quick on graphic user interface and insert the data. We can see because this is identity, so it's going to be, oh, as an identity, let me create a table or identity. Sorry, guys. One, okay, that's fine. We can drop again the table, we can delete, we can drop the table or delete the table. And then now we can recreate and then say, okay, this one, we can refresh. Okay, now we can insert, no, insert is automatic. Fanta, right? And then uh, Karim, and then uh, uh, Tom, right? And then see close. Now we can select, and then yes, 1, 2, 3. Okay, good, brilliant. So now what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna do here now is I'm gonna try to create the always on availability code. Let us go for that now. And then yes, we can right click here, create always on availability code. We can click next. So this is the SQL Raoul Node 01 virtual machine. We can give the name AG, AG, yeah, AHG uh, and then test. Oh, test. Okay, and then we say next. Okay, I know why, because they say full backup is required. Yes, keep in mind, before create the always on availability code, you need to back up the database to meet the prerequisite, right? So we can come back again, cancel this one, and back up the database. We can back up that database in Microsoft Azure Block Storage or maybe Data Lake. We can also back up on my physical machine. You can click here to back up the database. I can say, okay, back up the database here. This is the backup file here. Okay, we can click, okay, we'll back up the database successfully, correct? We can verify the backup here. We can go here. We can click, go here, and then go to the SQL server, go here, go to the backup file here, and then double check. And this is your backup database. Now we can start in uh, uh, we can now refresh and then go back here, go to the always and go to always here, right click and then click next and then say uh, uh, AHG Raw test and then click database level hit detection. You can click for that, but in my case, no, this is just for the demo purpose. Click next, and then see the met prerequisite has been, okay. Click OK, click next, and then now this is where you need to pay attention. For example, asynchronous. Asynchronous commits mean that you force a transaction and there will be a data loss. So I want to go for the automatic failover. So click here. That will change the synchronous commit, mean that the data is not lost. So and then click here for the yes readable secondary, and we can add the replica. So this is the node 2, and then click here and then connect. Why? That's working. And then you can also click here for the synchronous commit. And then you can click here. Yes. Then you can check the endpoint. That is correct. That's perfect. This is the SQL Server Service account. It's the backup, preferred secondary, automatic backup, and then yeah, the automatic backup, and then the listener. So at the moment, I don't know how I will set up the listener. The listener is just a client connectivity. So this is where the client can go and connect and see the specific database on that availability code or listener. So I'm gonna do that one later. So yes, go ahead and click next. Click, what does that mean? Yeah, next, and then yes, uh, automatic sending file. I would prefer to use the file database and log database. So I'm going to click this one. You need to provide this, you need to specify the file share path in Windows format. So keep in mind, I just create one of the share folder network here. Let me go here and copy this share folder that is locating or reside on my DC0 VM. So, and then I'm going to replace with this one like that. And then that is fine for me. And after that, you're going to see the process. And then click next and then starting. Succeed, checking the listener configuration. So this is not a problem, this is just a warning. So we can create a listener later. So I'm going to click next, and then here we can say okay, great, or verify the choice met in the wizard. We click finish, and then we can so more detail to see how the process is going. So and then if you check here, there's I think there's not the role at the moment, and you see the role is coming. Well, this is good. This is look good. Why? That's is working correctly. That is brilliant. That is fine for me and for us. And close. Okay. And okay. So now if we open this, you see, this is the backup and file, and this is the backup transaction log file, right? So now if we refresh here and we refresh the entire for the best practice, and you can see synchronizing, right? And if you expand here, you expand here, and you expand here, you got your availability replica. Primary, node 1 is the primary, node 2 is secondary. And this is the availability database, Mark Spencer, and at the moment I do not have the listener. And I'm going to show you. So if we go here for the node 2, which is this one, and open that and login, say password, type the password and go here and refresh, and you can also see synchronizing, and you can expand here, expand, and you can see all of them. You can see this is the secondary replica, and there's not listener. So now if we go here and login and type the password. I'm sorry, this video is so long. We can access that folder here as well. You can see. And now if we go to the DNS domain name server and click here, and then go to the forward lookup zone, and then on the shop Raoul.com, click here, and then there is not, see, this is the GC, this is the failover cluster name server, and this is the node 1 and the node 2. This is the IP address for each. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go back on the GC1 and create the listener right here. Now I'm gonna open first over here, open the cluster manager, failover cluster manager, and you can see the node. You can see the node here. Perfect, right? You can see the node, and you can testing to see if it is working. And how to do that? See, if you will right click at the moment, this is at the moment the node 1 is the primary replica and the node 2 is the secondary replica. So what I'm going to do right now, sorry for the noise, sorry for the noise. Uh, uh, what I'm going to do right now is something, uh, I'm going to try to do some test and see if that is replicate. So to do that, in order to do that, I'm going to try to do some test. So right click in the failover cluster manager console, and then go to the select node, and then this is the node 2. I want to select this node 2 because I want the node 2 to be the primary replica, not the secondary replica. So click here and see, you can see here, yes, that is working correctly. And now if you can go to the SQL server and then refresh the entire instance, and then go here and then go to the availability group, check here, and then expand the availability group, and you can see this is secondary replica. So the node 1 become the secondary replica, and the node 2 become the primary replica. In that, so this is working correctly. So now if I can go, I can also go here and visualize the dashboard, and you can check all the information here. We can also use the dynamic management view, a T-SQL query to execute and see all those information as well. But today I don't have the time to do that. Like as you can see now, what I'm gonna do, we can also go here and then do the same action to failover. Go here, and then you see the automatic failover mode, synchronous commit, no data loss. As you can see, that is perfect. So now if you say okay, next, say finish, and then we can see if you that okay. If we close here and we refresh, it's failed. I don't know why. Let me close. Let me go here, refresh again, and then check. Okay, it's working. Why? Yeah, it's working. All right. Let me check the dashboard again. Let me check the dashboard. Show the dashboard. No, it's working correctly. Maybe because the dashboard was open. So I need to close. So the SQL node 1 become primary, and the node 2 become the secondary. So we can go back again here. We can do the same action. We can move, select the node, select the node. Node 2 will become the primary replica, and then node 1 will become the secondary replica. Let's see. And you can see, yes, that's working correctly. Oh, I've closed. Let me go here and refresh. See, and then go ahead, and then you can see it's perfect. It's going to become node 1 become secondary. And if we go to the uh, wow, uh, let me type again password, and then refresh this, and then you can see now. Go here, you can see perfect. SQL Raoul node 01 become the secondary, and node 2 become the primary. So we can now go back to the dot one and go here and close this, and then do the same action here on the roll, and then right click, and then select node 1. Node 1 will become the primary replica, and the node 2 will become the secondary replica. And then you can see perfect, it's working correctly. You can now refresh and see, wow, it's failed. I don't know why. Control refresh, it's not failing. So that's perfect. So as a DBA developer or DBA administrator, you will need, you need to be able to troubleshooting the always on high availability code when the error is occur. This is so important to do that. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create the listener. So let us create a listener now, and then finish this project. So to create a listener, let me check this some music. Okay. Okido. Okido. Okay, that's fine. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a listener. How to create that listener? Create a listener name. and then list, no, SQL listener. I just want to show you SQL listener. Okay, okay. Now I'm gonna choose the static. I need to provide a poll 40, and then choose the static IP address, and then add, and then say, let me check the IP address here is, yes, 5 at the end. So I'm going to say 1912, right, 168, 2, 5, and then 5. Okay, click. If you type, see, if you type maybe 4, it will not work because of think this IP address already exists. See, yes, this is the reason, because I already have this IP address within my fell over cluster manager. This is why it's not working. This one, uh, for right. This is why, so it's not working. It's the reason. So what I need to do, I need to uh, maybe click or remove and add new and tap 1912.168.254.5. Okay, and click OK, and then try again and see. I hope this I listener will work. Yes, fine, it's working correctly. So now, if you will go back to uh, uh, the DC0 where my DNS is resides, and click here and connect, and then say okay, password, and then open the DNS. And then first of all, open the Active Directory, and in my Active Directory, if you will refresh, and go to the SQL Server here, and this is my SQL Raoul listener failover cluster, right? Description. So, and then let me expand. Okay, and then go back here to the listener, go to the for zone and go to the shopraoul.com, and then this is the listener as well. It's perfect. So, yes, this is how we set up the always on high availability code from scratch. This project is not a project you can do in the organization production environment, but however, is a similar is something you can develop in the organization production environment. I'm not quite familiar with the VM, but I'm this kind of inquisitive person uh, who like to expose and learn a new technology. That's why uh, I have created the virtual machine uh, within the VirtualBox application. You can use the or VMware virtual machine as well. You can use the vSphere virtual machine. There's a lot of virtual machine. There's also IPv virtual machine as well. So yes, I try to do my best, and sorry for this long demo. I'm sorry because my operating system Windows 11 was too slow. Like I said, I have a lot of application uh, uh, installed on my physical machine. I've installed the SQL Server 3 instance. I've installed the self-hosting integration runtime for the Microsoft Azure, especially the Data Factory. and so on. So I'm sorry for that. So yes, this is what I am trying to achieve today, and that is working perfectly. The always on high availability goal. This has been created, and we can also now finally we can use this SQL Raoul listener to say, okay, say to the client, okay, you can go here and connect with this SQL Raoul listener, SQL Raoul listener, and then we can connect and see. You see, the client can connect to this as well. So this is perfect, and the client can go and see and access the data as well and visualize the data, and then maybe querying this data as well. So this is perfect. So yes, uh, this is how we create the always on hierarchy goal from scratch. And thank you a lot, thank you for that, and hope you like this demo. And then also, like I said, I'm more specialized in SQL Server database administration and the business intelligence stack, which is the SQL Server integration services, analysis services, and reporting services. And I do have a knowledge in Power BI, where I am still continues to improve my skill in Power BI, uh, especially DAX, data analytical expression. We use that to create a measure as well. And then, yes, I'm certified as a Microsoft Azure uh, uh, data fundamental as well. So, yes, this is me. And like I said, this is one of the projects I'm working in Microsoft Azure. This is one of the projects I'm working in Databricks, which I at the end I have write the CSV file to the data lake, this folder. So if you go to the data lake here, you can you can see the folder here. Let me show you that folder quick, and yeah, you can see that folder, but it's still fresh. Okay, but I yes, maybe it's gonna come. Yeah, yeah, you can see this folder. Yeah, you can see this folder. You can go here and then say, okay, you can click here and you can download the folder. Or yeah, you can click here. You can download the folder and you can see uh, the record as well, the data inside. So yes, this is what I did with the Databricks. This name. Uh, so I've collected data. So what this project does, we mount the uh, Azure data lake with data factory to collect the data from the data lakes. I mean, to collect one of the CSV file from the data lake, which is the cell data CSV, and then we transform, like we do some data cleansing, and also we use the import bar and the pass.sql import section. We also make some changing on the data type, and then we writing some we select some column, some specific column here, and then also we can also change the data type for the older data type from the for the integer to strings, for example. And then also we can also group by and we sum. And then here we I mean we rename that column. We define the for example, we define the profit. We make some calculation for the profit, like we say sell amount minus tax, calculate the profit, and we calculate the tax person as well. And this is the result we have. And then we also writing uh, that into the data lake. And we can also go to that data lake, transform this as a uh, uh, package file. As I mentioned today, package file is so important in the organization production environment now. Many companies use the package file to compress that give the improvement or your querying, and the improvement is so speed and fast. So yes, and then also I have this project where I have to collect all the data from the SQL server, use the data factory here, where I do create some, some lookup table. So if you click here, for example, go to the setting and you can see here, yeah. So thank you a lot. This is something we can speak. Uh, so thank you a lot and have a nice day. So thank you a lot. Goodbye.